Hi guys, Yaza here from PreBellyDanceClasses.com. Coffee talk today about quite a serious subject, maybe a little bit of a taboo for some people, and I think very few people actually talk about it. But I did get a lot of requests from mostly Arab women in Arab countries asking the question. I would like to be able to belly dance with friends. I want to be able to learn it, go to classes, learn from some of the good dancers in the community, and maybe be able to dance at weddings, just for family and stuff, which is really what Arab women do. They don't usually perform on stage. It's not acceptable, obviously, in that society, but not only that, but it's just even dancing in front of family members at a wedding is considered unacceptable in so many cases. But the question is, how do you convince your family to be open to the art of belly dancing, to dancing for social events in front of family members, and also to being open to maybe taking classes and accepting that instead of rejecting it and denying the girl to even leave the house to go to the dance class. How do you do that? And I get that question obviously because I grew up in an Arab country, and unfortunately I can't help you guys with that. And the truth is because the way I grew up, we dance, but we dance always around women only. We never danced in presence of man ever. So it's something that's always being looked at as a taboo in my family. Women do it, but you're not supposed to be talking about it. Say, I belly dance. You don't talk to your brothers or any male members of the family about it. It's not something we do even in social events in front of males. It's something that always have to be done in a group of females, because we do parties separately. So like if there's a wedding or whatever, there's always a group of women, celebrating separately from men. So we just don't interact that way, with music and dancing. So for me, I really did not, I didn't take classes because it's something that I always really felt like I loved to do. I always improvised to it. I always just did for fun. I never really thought about taking classes necessarily. Later on in life, when I got really serious about it, I traveled and I learned a little bit more about the music and things like that helps me really understand this art and dance form that I've enjoyed so much my entire life. But while I lived in the Arab country, I really wasn't able to, do anything about it. I wasn't able to even say that I like to belly dance. I never, we do it as girls, but we don't really call it belly dance. We just call it dance because that's really what the dance that we do there. But I never performed. I never really was interested that much in performing, and if I did, it was just like really small friends kind of thing. But you can't talk about performing, as a belly dancer, obviously, in front of an Arab family. Just so not acceptable. So my advice to you girls from the Arab countries is enjoy the dance for what it is. And don't fight the social stuff. Don't sweat that little stuff so much. If your goal is not to be the big performer, then don't fight with your family over that. Honestly, what I did when I really wanted to do anything with anything in an Arab country, I'm not talking just about dancing, I'm talking about other things. So I used to kickbox when I was 15, and I never even told my family. Now they know, hello. But I told them later in life when I grew up. But like when you're a teenager as a woman in an Arab country, and you say you want to kickbox, everybody looks at you like, huh? So you're not going to be able to, personally, this is how I dealt with it. I can't change the way a whole society thinks, okay, overnight. I can't even change it within 100 years, okay? That doesn't mean I accept it. Doesn't mean I obey it. It just means that I do whatever I want behind everybody else's back. That's basically what I did. If I want something that I strongly believed was right for me, and it was not hurtful to anyone else, I did it behind everybody's back. And I think a lot of strong women in the Arab world do things that way, because you accomplish a lot more that way than not. I mean, I did whatever I wanted to do. Yes, I didn't tell a lot of people in my family, but later on in life, when I told them when it was too late and I was old enough to not be denied anything, or be beaten or whatever for it, you tell them, hey, I was actually able to do this. I was doing it regularly. You just didn't know. And then they look at you like, well, I guess nothing happened all these years, so why sweat it now? Nobody's going to hate you for something that happened like 10 years ago if you just talk about it later. So really be patient. Do the stuff that you like to do. Enjoy it for what it is, and don't fight the whole society just to do it, because chances are you're not going to be able to change things right away. And you're going to be the first person to suffer, and you're not going to do it anymore. See, here's something you actually enjoy doing, and you're not going to be able to ever do ever again, just because you were, trying to fight it in public because you think you're stronger than, millions and millions of people, because you're not. That's the fact, So that's my advice to you. Don't try to change it. Really, do what you want to do. Enjoy it. And, this is not just obviously in the Arab countries. I mean, there's a lot of people that I met in the U.S. that would not allow their girls to even go to one of my classes, because that's just so inappropriate. So this is not something that has everything to do with an Arab world. I mean, it's more common there, of course, but you see it everywhere. If you want to do something for the joy of it, do it. Do it behind other people's back. Who cares? As long as you're not hurting anyone by doing so, you can do it, And then, would you want to really insist on performing in public to the point where your family knows and still doesn't accept you for it? That's a risk that you only can decide whether you should be taking or not. I think nobody else can answer that question for you, unfortunately. So if it's harmless and it's just dancing, learning a class, I'd say go for it. Don't tell anyone about it. If it's something that's beyond that, where you have to perform, I really would say that would be your call, because everybody's situation is so different, and what you're going to be losing by doing so is so different for everyone. So you kind of think about it for yourself and decide what works best, and do your pro and cons list and make your decision that way. So that's my little 2 cents in there. Sorry, talked too long to tell you just that. I'll see you guys next time in the next coffee talk. Make sure you dance, make sure you enjoy what you do, and check out our website, freebellydanceclasses.com. Bye.